I want to welcome everyone to our Commodore Stockton and Gene Parker OST parent meeting.
我想歡迎大家嚟臨 Commodore Stockton 同埋 Gene Parker 嘅家長會議。
The agenda for today, we'll do some welcome introductions, talk about some school updates, and then we'll talk about our summer schedules, and then we'll save some time for question and answer.
今日嘅議程咧，首先我哋就會歡迎大家啦，同埋進行一個介紹啦。之後我哋會講一啲學校嘅最新消息，再之後咧，我哋會講我哋嘅暑期入程表，最後啦，咁我哋咧就會做一啲回答大家嘅一啲問題嘅。
So first, I want to introduce myself. My name is Miss Yu, and I'm the principal here for the Commodore Stockton and Gene Parker OST.
咁首先我想介紹下自己啦，我叫 Miss Yu 余校長啦，咁我咧就係Commodore Stockton 同埋 Gene Parker OST 嘅校長嚟嘅。
So I oversee two schools. The first one is over at Commodore Stockton, where we have four preschool classrooms, one TK classroom, and 10 OST after school classrooms.
咁咧我就係主要負責咧就係睇住兩間學校啦。第一間咧就係 Commodore Stockton 啦，咁佢裏面咧就係有4個學前班，一個過渡幼稚園同埋10個 OST 嗰個課後計劃班嘅。
And then over at Gene Parker, I have two OST classrooms.
咁喺 Gene Parker 咧，我就有兩個就係睇住兩個 OST 課室啦。
So what is OST? So during the school year, OST is open from the dismissal of school all the way to 5:45.
咁乜嘢為之 OST 咧？OST 咧就係佢哋喺學校學年裏面即係一個學年期間啦。咁佢放學至到5點45分嗰個時間咧，就係 OST 嘅時間啦。
So during that time, what we do is we support the students with homework and they get some time for physical activity outside. And then if they're done with their homework, then we also provide enrichment instruction.
咁咧，喺嗰段時間裏面咧，我哋會提供一啲功課嘅輔導啦，一啲體育嘅活動啦。咁然之後佢哋若果已經做晒功課的話咧，我哋會做一啲增補嘅教學嘅。
So this is during the school year, during the after school time.
呢個咧就係喺學年期間放學之後嗰個時間嘅。
Now, during the summer, and then also during the fall break and the spring break, OST is open full day. So it's open from 7:45 to 5:45.
咁喺暑假啦，又或者我哋嘅秋季假期啦，又或者春季假期啦，咁我哋嘅 OST 咧就係全日嘅，係朝頭早7點45分啦，到晏晝5點45分。
And during those full day OST times, our teachers will do academic instruction with the students. They'll also have time for physical activity outside, but they will also be doing field trips and special projects.
咁呢啲全日嘅 OST 時間咧，我哋咧就會做一啲學術性嘅教學啊，一啲體育活動啦，咁同埋咧一啲校外考察啦，又或者係特別嘅課專題研習嘅。
And then so next, we're going to talk about our school updates.
咁我哋講下學校嘅最新消息啦。
So the last day of school is June 4th, and that is also the last day for all of our fourth graders for OST. So the last day for our fifth graders will be June 4th.
咁我哋咧就係最後一日咧，就係6月4號啦。咁所有5年級嘅學生咧，最後一日咧就係6月4號啦。
And so for all of our other students, our OST summer session will begin on the next day on June 5th. And again, we're open full day during the summer.
咁如果你係 OST 學生的話咧，咁我哋嗰個暑期計劃咧就係喺第二日就開始啦，6月5號。咁我哋係全日開放嘅。
And so all of our OST students have their own contract hours. So please remember to follow your assigned contract hour when dropping off or picking up your child each day.
咁所有嘅 OST 學生咧，佢哋都有自己嘅合約時間嘅喎。咁請你咧就係跟翻你合約嗰個時間啦，去接送你個小朋友。
So remember on June 5th, that's the OST time. That's when OST starts. Do not drop them off based on Gordon J. Lau or Gene Parker's start time. You have to go by your contract hours.
咁咧請記住啦，6月5號咧就已經係 OST 開始嗰日啦。咁你接送嘅時候咧，要跟翻 OST 嗰個合約，就唔好跟咗 Gordon J. Lau 或者 Gene Parker 嗰個時間啦。
And then if your child will be absent or if you're running late, make sure you to call the school or let your teacher know.
另外咧，若果你個仔女咧將會缺席啦，又或者遲到啦，請你打俾學校去通知我哋。
A few updates. Miss Selena, our OST teacher, she'll be retiring, and so her last day will be June 30th.
咁一啲學校嘅 updates 啦，咁 Miss Selina 咧係我哋一個OST 老師啦，佢將會退休，咁佢最後一日咧就係6月30號嘅。
And then Miss Lily, who is currently our OST teacher at Gene Parker, she'll be moving over to Commodore Stockton permanently starting August.
咁 Miss Lily 咧，佢而家目前咧就係我哋 Gene Parker 嘅OST 老師嚟嘅，咁佢將會咧就係過去Commodore Stockton 嗰度做啦，永久嘅，咁佢就喺8月開始去 Commodore Stockton 嗰度做噶啦。
And then in the 25-26 school year, Commodore Stockton will be increasing to 10 classrooms, total of 10 classrooms, and then Gene Parker will have a total of 2 OST classrooms.
咁喺25-26學年裏面咧，咁Commodore Stockton 咧將會有10個 OST 課室啦，咁然之後 Gene Parker 咧就會有2個 OST 課室嘅。
And so here I want to talk a little bit about what the pickup and drop off looks like at Commodore Stockton.
咁而家我想講下咧，嗰個 Commodore Stockton 咧嘅接送嘅應該會係點樣啦。
So here you see at Commodore Stockton, we have our black gate right here. So we ask you to come into the black gate and then ring the doorbell in front of the door so you can get let in.
咁咧，你喺度見到啦，我哋咧 Commodore Stockton 咧有一個黑色嘅閘嘅，咁黑色個門嗰度咧，咁你就可以咧行入去啦。咁然之後咧，你就會見到一個doorbell，即係有個門鈴，咁你就撳落去咧，咁我哋就會有人開門俾你噶啦。
And so for all of our students in room 5 and room 22, they will combine in the morning for drop off from 7:45 to 9 o'clock in room 5.
咁如果你係5號室同埋22號室嘅學生咧，咁佢哋咧將會合併埋一齊啦。咁喺五號室嗰度咧，咁你就可以送佢哋去5號室嘅，係朝頭早7:45至到9點鐘。
And then in the afternoon, they will combine again, room 5 and room 22, for pickup from 4:15 to 5:45 in room 5.
咁喺晏晝都係咁樣啦，你去接翻去嘅時候，咁5號室同埋22號室咧係會合併嘅。咁然之後咧，你就喺5號室嗰度接翻呢堆學生啦，咁就係4:15至到5:45嘅。
And if they're not in the classroom, they're most likely in the fourth floor yard, and so you can go to the rooftop yard to find them.
咁如果佢哋唔喺課室裏面的話咧，咁好可能咧佢哋就喺4樓嗰個操場嗰度，咁你去嗰個屋頂嗰操場度揾佢就揾到噶啦。
And then over at Gordon J. Lau, the drop off and pickup is going to be right here where the Washington Street gate is. And so we ask that you come to pick up or drop off here.
咁 Gordon J. Lau 咧，佢哋嗰個接送嗰個地點咧，就喺Washington Gate 嗰度啦。咁咧，你就可以喺呢度接送佢哋嘅。
And so for drop off, we ask that you drop off between 7:45 to 10:45 according to your contract hours. And so you will come here to the Washington Gate to drop off.
咁咧，若果你係送你嘅小朋友嚟的話咧，咁就係上晝7:45至到10:45，你跟翻你自己合約嗰個時間啦。咁你就係放低佢喺 Washington，你就係通過 Washington Gate 嗰度入去。
And then for pickup, you'll also be at the Washington Gate, but please be on time because we take the students to the Washington Gate to meet you based on your contract hour. So, for example, if your contract hour is 4 o'clock, then we'll take the 4 o'clock students over there to meet with to get picked up at that time.
咁咧，你接翻你嘅小朋友嘅時候咧，都係喺 Washington 機嗰度嘅。咁咧就係注意啦，咁你要準時去接你個小朋友。譬如話你係嗰個合約時間寫住4點嘅，咁我哋咧就會喺4點左右咧，就係帶你個小朋友咧去到 Washington 機呢度啦，去等你啦。咁所以請你準時啦。
And so, if you're going to be picking up early or late on that day, then you have to notify the teacher or the office so we know to bring them out earlier or later.
咁如果你係嗰日提早咗，又或者遲咗去接你嘅學生的話咧，請你通知我哋嗰個校務處，咁等我哋咧可以因應翻你嘅時間咧，去送嗰個學生去 Washington Gate 嗰度。
And then I want to let you know that this year we have a lot more students. And so we'll be putting a table here for you to sign in and sign out. And so you may have to line up outside to wait to pick up or drop off your child. So if there is a line, if there's a lot of people, please line up in an orderly fashion and be patient, okay?
咁咧，今年我哋咧就係會就會擺一張台喺嗰度啦，咁等你哋可以簽到同埋簽走啦。原因就係咧，我哋有非常之多嘅學生啦，咁可能咧你咧就係到時咧你哋可能需要排隊啦，咁請你哋咧排好隊一個接一個咁樣去接學生啦，咁我哋咧就先可以盡快可以俾你接到嘅。
And then just a reminder, if you have any new emergency contacts or if you want to add more people, please go to the office to add people on your emergency contact list because only the adults listed on your emergency card are able to pick up your child. So if you have anyone else that you want to add on there, we recommend that you go to the office to update your emergency card.
咁咧講下我哋嗰個緊急卡上面嘅緊急卡啦。咁若果你係想因為由於咧我哋咧只可以俾喺緊急聯絡人嗰張卡上面嘅人咧先可以接學生嘅。咁若果你有邊個想加上去咧，就請你去我哋嗰個校務處嗰度咧去加翻呢啲人名上去啦。
And then if it's their first time picking up, where all of our teaching staff do not recognize them, then we may ask for their photo ID so we can match it to the name on the emergency card. So make sure when you write their names on the emergency card that it matches the name on their photo ID.
咁同埋咧，如果係第一次接嗰個小朋友的話咧，咁我哋咧嗰個工作人員咧將會咧問佢攞一個有相嘅身份證啦，去對翻嗰張emergency card 嗰張緊急卡嘅。咁若果你係即係若果你係，sorry，can you
I just
repeat？
want to make sure it matches the name on the emergency card matches their photo
哦，
ID.
若你個名咧，你嗰個即係 emergency card 嗰個名咧，就係一定要確保啦，係同嗰個你嗰張身份證咧係個名係一樣，唔好兩個名咁樣，咁佢哋先可以俾你接到小朋友嘅。
And so for the summer, we have some closure dates. So we're gonna be closed on Juneteenth, which is June 19. We will also be closed on for Independence Day on July 4th. And then we have some professional development days where our staff will be having professional development. And so we'll be closed on August 14 and August 15.
咁喺暑假期間咧，我哋有幾日係唔開嘅。第一啦就係 Juneteenth 啦，6月19號；第二咧就係國慶日啦，就係7月4號；第三咧就係一個即係專業培訓日啦，就係8月14號同埋8月15號嘅。
And then we have a few summer events happening. So we're going to be doing a snow cone party sometime in July on a hot day. We'll also be having our movie day on August 13, which is the last day of summer school.
咁我哋咧喺暑假都有好多唔同嘅活動啦，例如咧我哋喺7月咧揾一日熱嘅一日啦，咁我哋會做一個刨冰派對啦，咁同埋喺8月13號咧，我哋會有一個睇戲嘅一日嘅。
And then the first day of school is going to be on August 18.
咁第一日返學嘅開學 日子咧就係8月18號啦。
And so I'm going to talk a little bit more about summer.
咁我會再詳細講下暑假。
So for the summer, starting Monday, June 9th, Gene Parker OST will be moving over to Gordon J. Lau only for the summer because Gene Parker is going to be under construction. The elementary school is going to be under in construction, and no one will be able to go into that school during that time.
咁咧，喺6月9號星期一開始啦，Gene Parker 嘅 OST 課咧就會喺 Gordon J. Lau 嗰度上嘅，即係嗰個暑假期間。原因咧就係 Gene Parker 咧要裝修，咁佢哋咧就會咁就係喺嗰個期間就冇人入到呢個 Gene Parker 嘅。
And so Gene Parker will be at Gordon J. Lau only for the summer for OST, and then they will move back to Gene Parker on August 18 on the first day of school.
咁 Gene Parker OST 咧就係臨時搬住去呢個 Gordon J 啦，暑假期間，咁淨係暑假嘅啫。咁佢哋咧喺呢個8月18號咧就會開翻噶啦。
You may also notice that some of our OST students will move up to the next grade level classroom according to their age and developmental level. And so they may have a different teacher or different classmates during the summer.
咁你哋亦都可能會注意到啦，有其中一啲 OST 嘅學生咧，可能會去咗下一級嘅班房裡面嘅。咁就係根據翻佢哋嘅年紀啦，同埋佢哋嘅發展水平啦。咁佢哋咧就可能會有一個唔同嘅即係會有唔同嘅老師啊，或者唔同嘅同學嘅。
So for the summer for OST, we will be focusing on language and literacy, and we will be expecting all students to have a reading log so we can mark the number of minutes that they read each day.
咁喺暑假嘅時候咧，我哋想即係集中翻喺語言啦，同埋讀寫方面啦。咁所有嘅學生咧，將會有一個閱讀日誌啦。咁佢哋咧會寫翻咧，佢哋每日讀幾多分鐘喺嗰本日誌上面嘅。
If you haven't already, we ask that you please register a library card for your child as we'll be visiting the library often during the summer.
咁若果咧你仲未有呢個圖書證的話咧，咁我就強烈建議你啦，去幫學生咧登記翻一張圖書證啦，因為我哋咧將會不斷咧去做訪圖書館嘅。
We also want to encourage our students to continue their academic learning, but we also want them to have fun during our OST program.
咁我哋咧想鼓勵學生啦，繼續佢哋嗰個學術性嘅學習啦，咁同時咧亦都想佢咧就係可以咧就係喺呢個暑假嘅時間啦，可以喺我哋個 OST 課程裏面咧都係會即係有好玩嘅嘢咁樣。
And so all of our OST classrooms, teachers will be providing academic instruction as well as special hands-on projects with the students.
所有嘅 OST 嘅OST 班嘅老師啦，咁佢哋咧除咗提供呢個學術性教學之外咧，亦都會提供一啲手作嘅專題研習啦，俾學生嘅。
And so for the summer, at Commodore Stockton Room 5, we'll have teacher Miss Laura and Miss Mary. They will be exploring nature and local landmarks and doing hands-on art activities and Lego projects with the students.
咁咧係5號室咧 ，Commodore Stockton 嘅5號室咧就係 Miss Laura 同埋 Miss Mary 啦，佢哋咧將會咧就係去探索大自然啦、本地嘅地標啦，同埋做一啲手作嘅藝術活動啦，同埋做一啲砌一啲 Lego 嘅。
And then for Commodore Stockton Room 22, we have teacher Miss Brown and para Miss Cindy. They will be doing tie-dye shirts and making smoothies, and then also doing self-portraits with the students.
咁 Commodore Stockton 嘅22號室咧 ，Miss Brown 啦，同埋我哋嘅助教Miss Cindy 咧，佢哋咧就將會做一啲紮染T-shirt 啊，同埋整一啲冰沙啊，同埋做一啲畫一啲自畫像嘅。
For Gordon J. Lau Room A, the teacher is Miss Kubi and the paras Miss Grace. They will be doing cooking and baking, cheesecakes, egg tarts, and then also painting projects and decorating rocks.
咁咧，Gordon J. Lau 嘅 A 課室啦，Miss Kubi 老師係 Miss Kubi，再加 Miss Grace 啦，咁佢哋咧就將會做一啲煮嘢食啊，同埋焗芝士蛋糕同埋蛋撻，同埋咧做一啲油畫嘅即係藝術啦，同埋咧去裝飾嗰個石頭。
For Gordon J. Lau Room B, the teacher is Miss Erin and the para is Miss Carmen. They will be making slime, doing Lego engineering, and then also using clay to make characters for storytelling.
咁咧Gordon J. Lau B 號室咧就係老師 Miss Erin 啦，同埋助教 Miss Carmen 啦，佢哋咧將會咧就係製作鬼口水啦，同埋整一啲同埋咧做一啲砌一啲 LEGO 啦，同埋咧去用一啲泥膠咧去整一啲角色，然之後咧去講個故事出嚟嘅。
For Gordon J. Lau Room C, we have Miss Camila and Miss Annie. They will be doing a study on plants, like what grows in the summer, the different habitats, and then also doing different arts and crafts projects, such as iron on projects.
咁Gordon J. Lau 嘅C 號室咧，Miss Camilla 同 Miss Annie 咧，就係佢哋將會做一啲即係植物嘅研究啦，去睇下暑假嘅期間咧係有啲乜嘢植物係生長噶啦，同埋佢哋嘅棲息地啦，亦都佢哋會介紹一啲做一啲藝術嘅手工藝啦，譬如話即係用燙斗燙啲嘢上嗰啲衫嗰度。
For Gordon J. Lau Room D, we have teacher Miss Martha and para Miss Coral. They'll be baking muffins, cookies, cupcakes, doing building using recycled materials, and then also 30 minutes of French lessons daily.
咁D 號室啦，就係 Miss Martha 同埋 Miss Coral 啦，佢哋咧就將會咧就係焗 muffin 啦、曲奇啦同埋 cupcakes 嘅。咁同埋佢哋亦都會用一啲再循環嘅物料啦去做一啲手工藝啦，同埋每日有30分鐘嘅法文學習嘅。
And then for Gordon J. Lau Room E, we have Miss Lily and Miss Khadija. They will be using Legos to explore science and technology and doing painting lessons.
咁Gordon J. Lau 嘅 E 號室啦，就 Miss Lily 同埋 Miss Khadija 啦，咁佢哋咧就將會用呢個LEGO 啦去探索科學同埋技術嘅，咁亦都佢哋有畫畫嘅課嘅。
And then for Gordon J. Lau, for Jean Parker Room 1, located at Gordon J. Lau, it will be Miss Betty and Miss Ivy. Their focus is on summer type of things like summer animals and activities and plants, and they'll be also doing drawing lessons.
咁 Jean Parker 1號室咧，佢將會喺 Gordon J. Lau 嗰度嘅，咁就係 Miss Betty 同埋 Miss Ivy 啦，咁就係咧佢哋咧就係會睇翻即係個暑假有啲乜嘢類型嘅動物啊，乜嘢類型嘅活動啊，同埋嘅植物啦，同埋佢哋亦都會畫畫嘅。
And then for our Jean Parker Room 2, located at Gordon J. Lau, it'll be Miss June and Miss Selena as the teachers, and then Miss Agnes as the para. They will be using Legos to explore science and technology, and then also doing creative writing.
咁 Jean Parker 2號室啦，亦都係將會喺 Gordon J. Lau 裏面嘅，就係 Miss June、Miss Selena 做老師啦，咁助教就 Miss Agnes 啦，佢哋咧會用 LEGO 去探索科學同埋技術嘅，咁佢哋亦都會做一啲創意寫作。
And then, so for all the classrooms, they'll also be taking neighborhood walks, visiting our local parks. For our older students, they'll be going on a field trip to the Pomeroy Recreation Center and then also the Tunnel Top Playground. And then, like I mentioned earlier, they'll be also visiting the library.
咁所有呢啲課室咧，即係所有呢啲班咧，佢哋咧都會去即係附近嘅社區嗰度啦，去行啦，同埋去附近嘅公園啦。同埋咧，我哋譬如話，若果我哋啲學生係比較大啲嘅，咁我哋咧會有去 Pomeroy Recreation Centre 啦，同埋 Tunnel Top 嗰個遊樂場嗰度玩嘅。咁同埋所有人咧都係會每個禮拜咧就係去圖書館。
So here's a calendar of events that will be happening. So again, the last day of school will be June 4th. And then the first day of our summer OST will start the next day, June 5th.
咁咧呢個咧就係我哋嗰個活動嘅日曆啦。咁最後一日嘅翻學，即係最後一日翻學咧就係6月4號啦。咁之後第二日咧就係我哋第一日嘅 OST 開始啦，就係6月5號嘅。
And so Jean Parker will move over to Gordon J. Lau on June 9th.
咁 Jean Parker 咧喺6月9號咧會搬過去 Gordon J. Lau。
And then again, we're having our snow cone party on a hot day in July sometime.
咁我哋咧喺7月嘅某一日好熱嘅一日啦，咁我哋就會開一個刨冰派對。
We will have our summer movie day on the last day of summer school, which is August 13.
咁我哋會喺即係暑期學校嘅最後一日啦，8月13號咧就係有一個暑假戲劇，即係睇戲嘅一日。
And then our school will be closed on August 14 and August 15 for professional development.
咁我哋學校咧將會喺8月14號同埋8月15號關門啦，因為我哋要做一個專業培訓。
And then the first day of school is going to be August 18.
咁嗰個開學日咧就係8月18號。
And then here we have all of our contact information. So on the top, you'll see the Commodore Stockton office is open from 8 o'clock to 5:30. And you'll see our school phone number, our school cell phone number, and our school email.
咁呢一啲咧就係我哋嘅聯繫資訊啦。咁我哋 Commodore Stockton 咧嗰個校務處咧就係開8點至5點半啦。呢度有我哋學校嘅電話號碼、我哋學校嘅手提電話號碼同埋我哋學校嘅電郵。
So for Jean Parker, the office is open only in the afternoon from 2 to 5 o'clock. And the office will be located at Gordon J. Lau Library at B306. So you would enter on Clay Street. So how you would be able to come to the office is you have to call the phone number, the school phone number, and then we'll let you in on Clay Street. And then we also have our school email here.
咁 Jean Parker 咧嗰個校務處咧就係開晏晝2點至5點啦。咁佢哋咧將會咧就係喺 Gordon J. Lau 圖書館嗰個裡面嘅，就係喺 B306嘅。咁喺Clay 街嗰度咧入嘅。咁若果你點樣入去咧，就係你首先 call 嗰個學校，即係打俾學校嗰個學校電話號碼，咁佢哋咧就會俾你入去。
And then lastly, you have my email and phone number here, so you can feel free to email or text me anytime.
咁做最後啦，咁呢度有校長啦 Jenny 嘅電話號碼啦，同埋佢嘅電郵地址啦，你可以任何時間咧就係打俾佢，或者email 地俾佢嘅，或者咧發短信俾佢嘅。
So that's all I have. I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing and then allow you to ask any questions that you have.